Airbnb, changing the way we travel. Ever wondered how Airbnb has transformed the way we explore the world? Well, buckle up, because we're diving into the exciting world of Airbnb, changing the way we travel. Whether you're a globetrotter or an armchair adventurer, this video is going to show you how Airbnb has shaken up the travel game. In the middle of San Francisco, two friends who lived together had a big problem. They were struggling to pay their rent. Ryan Chesky and Joe Gibbia needed to figure something out quickly. Then they got a bright idea. Why not turn their place into a simple bed and breakfast? There was a conference coming up nearby, so they saw a chance. They bought 3 air mattresses and set them up for their very first guests. It wasn't fancy, but it had what guests needed: a place to sleep and breakfast in the morning. To make it official, they made a basic website called Air Bed and Breakfast. At first, it was just a few guests who were in town for the conference. But it worked. The guests liked it, and Ryan and Joe made enough money to pay their rent. This was a small but important success. It showed that their idea could work. It wasn't just about paying bills, it was the start of something exciting. Imagine a future where anyone could open their home to travelers, offering a cozy and affordable place to stay. Amid air mattresses and breakfast chats, a new idea was born. This idea hinted at the exciting possibilities ahead. It was the beginning of something new, a concept that would change how people travel and explore new places. After their first taste of success, Brian, Joe, and Nathan knew they were onto something great. But to make a difference, they needed to step up their game. That's when they brought in Nathan, a tech genius. He knew exactly how to make their website shine. With Nathan and the team working day and night, they gave their website a makeover. Everyone worked together as they got ready for a big comeback, just in time for a huge event called the Democratic National Convention. It was a busy event with lots of people coming from all over. This was the perfect time to show off their new ideas. The relaunch was a success, getting attention and impressing people. But just as quickly as the excitement came, it went away. After the event, things slowed down. The bookings weren't as many, and the excitement calmed down. It felt like going on a roller coaster ride with exciting moments and sudden drops. But they didn't give up. Quitting wasn't an option. They had seen the potential of their idea, and they were determined to keep going. They knew they had something special, something that could change how people travel and connect. So with hope in their hearts and lots of ideas, they kept moving forward. They were on a mission to create a place where travelers could find more than just a place to stay. A place where they could find a home, a community, and a lot of warmth. In the beginning, the 3 of them knew they had a great idea, but to make it happen, they needed a lot of money. They worked hard to convince wealthy people to invest in their ideas. But convincing these important people wasn't easy. Imagine this: Brian, Joe, and Nathan walked into room after room trying to sell a big idea. They wanted strangers to open their homes to other strangers. Not everyone saw the magic in it. They heard a lot of no's. Some people just couldn't understand why they would let strangers into their homes. But these 3 didn't give up. They believed in their idea for Air Bed and Breakfast. They imagined cozy gatherings, laughter, and shared stories. With every rejection, they became more determined. They changed their pitch, added jokes and stories, anything to show people the warm, welcoming world they wanted to create. It was hard, no doubt, but Brian, Joe, and Nathan had a dream they wouldn't give up on. They imagined a world where anyone could find a homely place to stay, where every trip came with a ready-made friend as the host. When their dreams seemed uncertain, they went back to the drawing board, brainstorming ways to keep their vision alive. The clock was ticking for their money, and they needed a great idea to get their business going again. In 2008, when everyone was focused on the US presidential election, Brian, Joe, and Nathan saw a perfect chance to get their entrepreneurial spirits going. Their idea was both bold and smart. They decided to make special cereal boxes that matched the excitement of the election happening all over the country. They came up with Obama's O's and Captain McCain's cereal boxes, featuring pictures and slogans from the presidential candidates. It was a fun way to be a part of the election buzz and get people interested in their new business. But making these cereal boxes wasn't easy. They had to design the boxes themselves, put the cereal inside, and even send them out to customers by hand. Every box was made with love, showing how determined and clever they were. The news loved the interesting story of business mixing with politics in a cereal box. Soon, Brian, Joe, and Nathan became famous. People liked their story because they admired how creative and hardworking they were. The cereal box campaign didn't just get attention, it also helped them get money, which gave their business a new start. Each box they sold brought them closer to their dream, showing how determined they were. Their success was proof of their never-give-up attitude and their ability to turn a fun idea into something that helped them financially. Feeling confident because of their successful cereal campaign, the three friends decided it was time to aim higher. They wanted to join a program called Y Combinator, which helps new businesses grow. They were nervous, but excited as they entered the world of Y Combinator. It was a place where small ideas became big successes. This was their chance to prove they weren't just lucky once. They had the determination and passion to succeed in a big way. The interview was full of feelings. They shared their dream of a world where traveling felt like coming home, with friendly smiles and chats everywhere you stayed. But the Y Combinator team asked tough questions, challenging them to show not just how great their idea was, but also what they were made of. Y Combinator wasn't just after good ideas. They wanted great people, dreamers who were brave enough to go after the impossible. In this trio, they proved they had the fire, passion, and a spirit that never gives up. They showed they weren't just creating a business, but a community where people could connect in a heartwarming way. With Y Combinator's approval, they entered a new chapter, ready to grow, learn, and prove that dreams can come true with the right people and the right mindset, one meaningful connection at a time. With Y Combinator's support, the trio felt ecstatic, ready to give their dream a fresh start. It was time to say goodbye to the old Airbnb bed and breakfast idea, and hello to a new catchy name that would capture hearts worldwide. And so, with a sprinkle of creativity and a dash of excitement, Airbnb was born. It was short, sweet, and had a ring to it that just felt perfect. There was a name that hinted at exciting adventures, cozy moments, and tales shared while sipping warm tea. But then a new name emerged, signaling the start of something big. Three people got ready to make Airbnb even better. They added cool stuff like fancy photos to make every place look amazing. It made travelers imagine themselves staying in these beautiful homes, feeling all warm and welcome. Soon, the world began to notice Airbnb's charm. People liked the idea of staying in a cozy place and meeting hosts who treated them like pals. As Airbnb grew, it became more than just a place to sleep. It turned into a big family of travelers and hosts, all sharing smiles, stories, and warmth. As Airbnb expanded, people saw it wasn't just any old business. It was a big deal, a whole new way to travel and connect with others. But what made it so successful? First off, Airbnb made it super easy to find a nice place to stay, just like chatting with a friend. The folks behind it poured their hearts into making a welcoming space. They used beautiful pictures to show off homes that were ready to welcome travelers with open arms. But that's not all. Airbnb built a huge network that connected people from all over the globe. It became a place where you could find a home no matter where you were. It was like a big family, always open and inviting. It was all about sharing stories while having dinner, discovering cool places in new cities, and making friends that made every trip exciting. Yep, Airbnb was changing the way people travel. But it wasn't all easy. Like any growing business, Airbnb faced some tough times. There was a big problem when a host's home was badly damaged and things were stolen. This made Airbnb have a big problem with its image. They realized they needed to do more to protect hosts in their homes. So they created a program to give hosts up to $50,000 if their property was damaged. This was a big promise to support their community. Airbnb also had to deal with rules and challenges from the hotel industry. Hotels didn't like Airbnb because it was different and caused arguments about rules and fair competition. Airbnb had to fight to show why sharing homes was a good thing while following strict rules. So that's the Airbnb story, from air mattresses to changing how we travel. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to subscribe.